And then finally, before we wrap things up and get out of here, Freddy Peralta says he's seeking either a 7 or an 8 year extension. Uh, Now it's funny that we talk about this because Freddy Peralta is in the final year of a deal he signed when he was on the Brewers that ironically David Stearns gave him when he extended him. However, the money that Peralta got in that extension, he's far outgrown that value. And as they always say, yesterday's price is not today's price. Um, the projection from everything that I've read from all the experts thinks that David Stearns and the Mets will more than likely try to get him to sign a 4 year, $65 million deal, but he's seeking 7 or 8. Peralta was stated as I'm going to paraphrase. I don't have the exact quote in front of me, but he says that that he wants to sign long term with and make the next team he signs with, whether it's the Mets or somebody else, the last team of his career that he would intend to retire with. Peralta's looked good this spring. He's pitched in 2 games, 2-0, ERA of 3. He's pitched 6 innings, 7 Ks in the 6 innings. Lifetime, he's pitched 211 games. Career win loss 70 and 42, 3.59 ERA, 931 innings, 1,153 strikeouts in those 931 innings. If I'm the Mets, again, David Stearns, hate him or love him, I definitely am no fan of Stearns. I've expressed that on this program many, many times. Stearns is not giving anybody a 7 or 8 year deal. Now, some people will say, oh, well, Juan Soto got the 15, but that was Steve Cohen. The only way Peralta is going to get that long-term extension is if Steve Cohen intervenes, and Steve Cohen doesn't look like he's going to intervene in anything else for the time being. He didn't even intervene when Pete Alonso walked. So, I mean, hey, or when Edwin Diaz went to the Dodgers. So that tells you that. If it's coming from Stearns, and some people will say, oh, yeah, he might get it because he's a Stearns guy. Stearns developed him. Stearns extended him once already. Yeah, but Stearns extended him for far less money and than what he's looking for now. Freddy Peralta wasn't the caliber of pitcher back then than he is now. You did give up Brandon Sproat and Jet Williams for Peralta. You don't want to give that type of capital up and get a 1 year rental. I do personally think the Mets should go in. They need to solidify an ace. I'm going to be completely honest with this take. The Mets have not had a defined ace since Jacob deGrom left the Mets. And he left us after the 2022 season. Didn't have one in 23. The Scherzer-Verlander experiment failed. Didn't have one in 24. It was a ragtag group of Luis Severino and Sean Manaea and a bunch of others that led the rotation. Last season, the ace was supposed to be Senga. It wasn't. Nolan McLean, who is crazy that we called a rookie with a handful of starts the ace of the staff until Peralta came. But if I'm the Mets, I'm extending Freddy Peralta. If you don't want to do 7 or 8, meet the man at 6. I'm pretty sure if you compromise, he could sign a 6-year deal. As far as the money, I think he's worth the money. Peralta, as you can see here, was an all-star in 2021, the year he got extended, an all-star again just this past season. The Brewers traded him because they know that his contract is up and they're not going to be able to afford the type of money he's going to demand. And if the Mets don't re-sign him and say he does have a good year this season, if the Mets don't jump on him early and lock him up before the season is over, somebody, and it might be that team in LA that wears blue and white, but somebody is going to offer him a deal. And it's going to be a big money deal. So the Dodgers have proven they're not afraid to spend. They overpaid for Kyle Tucker. They deferred all the money in the world to Shohei. Shohei is going to be set for life with that deferred deal and the deferment payments he's going to get. But you got to sign Freddy Peralta. Do not make the mistake. David Stearns, do not be cheap. Do not be cheap, David Stearns. Pay the money. Pay that man the money. You don't want to have a situation where you're trying to play cute and you have Edwin Diaz 2.0. You let it slip through your fingers because somebody else is willing to give $3 more million. Mets have the richest owner in baseball. There's no reason to lose bidding wars to other teams. So Freddy Peralta should be worth it. Like I said, he's looked good in camp so far. He's already been named the opening day starter. He's a guy that can anchor this rotation for the next 3, 4, 5 years. Give him the money. Like I said, every team that you could think of. When you think of the Yankees rotation, you're thinking of Garrett Cole. When you think of the Tigers rotation, you think of Tarek Skubal. When you think of the Dodgers, you think of Yamamoto. All these teams, they have defined aces. Mets did not have one before Freddy Peralta. They need to hold on to him and make him that guy in the rotation.